The thing I love about this shop is I can roll in at any time of the day and be able to produce something unique and different, and it's going to be its own thing and never repeated anywhere else. It was about 2001 when I got into letterpress. A cousin whose father was an illustrator, commercial illustrator back in the 40s and 50s, had a buddy who lived across the street from him who had a barn full of letterpress equipment. And I walked in the barn and was just blown away by how cool everything was. There was type, presses, stuff everywhere, and I was just like, I have to do this. By 2004, I had a 25 case, drawer, or cabinet of type in my living room, a proof press on a giant drafting table, and was doing posters for fun out of my living room. At the time I discovered letterpress, I had been on the computer for probably 3 or 4 years in school and doing design with other little agencies and stuff. The art of doing letterpress and what drew me into it was the fact that you got to use your hands, you got to use this physical type and figure out how to put it together, make it lock up and link together, and then print. It was just a way to do design without being on the computer. I love going and digging through a cabinet of wood type and trying to figure out, okay, I need 3 E's, but I only have 2, so how am I going to fit that third E in there to make it look good? And you just sort of find another drawer and find another E, and then it just sort of creates this character that is inherent in letterpress. I have sort of an awful sense of humor. Sometimes witty, sometimes sarcastic, sometimes downright crass. We have a line of greeting cards and a line of our own posters and stuff that we sell at retail locations. The one that we're putting on press today or tomorrow is gonna just say, I fucking love you.
I want the I love you to be big and bold and, you know, stand out more than the word fucking. So I'm trying to figure out a way to get that word to not like be the center of attention.
But it's fucking. So
but it's fucking, so it's gonna be anyways. But you know, I want Grandma to sort of get a chuckle when she finally realizes what it says when it's sitting on the shelf. Like that's what I want. Because that's my favorite thing. We have open houses here at the shop every first Friday, and the older women who come in and see the sweary things, just you see them and they pick it up, and then all of a sudden they go, whoa! Look at this! Look at this!
We have a things to do today list that actually the original cut was from around the 1960s of 2 people having sex, and it said things to do today. I updated those to include a girl and a girl and a guy and a guy. You know, so I get a lot of compliments on those and people have fun with them.
Which one's that?
This is a engraving of a bunch of cherubs. As far as posters go, like recently I've gotten a little more political. There was that like spat of shootings, police shootings that happened over the summer. And so I designed a real quick, you know, sort of generic American flag and just giant 30-line wood type over the top of it that just said ceasefire. It's like, you know what, everybody just stop shooting everybody. Like, let's treat each other like humans. And I hate the word humans, but let's treat each other like people. I argue with myself all the time. Is it perfect or is it letterpress perfect? Sort of finding that balance on certain projects is really hard sometimes because I'm like, God, the impression's just way too heavy, but wait a minute, that's what people want. So it's like, ugh. But it's also sort of what makes it fun. It's like being able to decide, well, which way do you want to go? Do you want it to be a little gritty or just crisp and clean and perfect? The freedom of the press is to open to those who own a press. And, you know, so we can just have some fun with it.